Good morning, everybody. This is Tiara Thursday, and it's 21st of May. Now, if anybody's just kind of popping into this video, they'll be going, what on earth is she wearing on her head? Well, I was going to actually borrow a tiara from one of my grandchildren, but I forgot. So I thought, right, what can I get? So it's a bit of Christmas tinsel, and it's even got a bell. Don't know about bells and whistles, but it's got a little bell there. And I thought, right, we'll just get that set too and give everybody a wee cheer up today. And of course, sometimes giving an odd title to a video actually sparks interest from many instead of just a dull sort of, we're going to talk about Achievement Thursday. So I love hearing from people, and I've always been a bit cautious about talking about names of people who are maybe joining me and listening, but it's because of you actually that's listening motivates me to continue with these and inspires me. And yesterday, a message arrived last night from a good Irish friend, Joe, and it's the most amazing poem and music called If Time Has Taught Me Anything. And it's written and voiced by Kevin McCormack. And it's just such a soothing Irish lilt. And the pictures are so calming, the music's calming, the overall message is stunning. So I want you to indulge me with a wee excerpt from this. If time has taught me anything, I'm going to need to use my red door, blue door. If time has taught me anything, it is that the tiny speck in this universe that we occupy is both wonderful and wondrous. And if we allow it to allow the beauty to surround us, then we can unlock the beauty within us. It's absolutely stunning. It's about 6 minutes long, but it's just wonderful. And he sent that to me. I tried to get it on, social media and things. I don't see there's anything. I think this chap should actually be promoting his music. Stunning. Now, I want you to indulge me a bit more because this was sent this morning by a lovely lady. I mean, I've connected with so many people, in fact, not even met people, but some of the ones that you're just wonderful. And this is from Barbara. And I didn't know there was a poem that talked about a tiara. So I want you to indulge me again. This poem is by Jane Lee Logan. The winds scattered my leaves, but my roots remained firm. They tried to wound me, but I grew stronger in broken places. I wondered if I would survive, but then I saw a sparkle. My tiara was a little tangled, perhaps, but it never fell off after all. So it's all about praising ourselves today. Why Tiara Thursday? Well, I know that a tiara is supposed to be a semicircular a part that you wear in your hair, and a crown is a circular one, and with the crown representing power, authority and royal status. But the tiara is also usually worn by women. But we're not going to be sexist here. It's not women or men. I want you now to really think of a tiara as your award for your achievements. So, and I think sometimes there's people, maybe cultures, different cultures, are not very good about promoting ourselves. It's seen as maybe boastful. But talking about your achievements is very important, and it's vital for your mental health. And of course, this is Mental Health Awareness Week. Well, I don't think mental health awareness should be for a week. I don't think it should be for a month. I think it should be every day. And if you talk about your achievements, and we'll explain how you should talk about them because you don't want to be boastful, then it increases your mental strength. So the first exercise is, I hope some of you have been doing it, but your achievement board. Now, I've got mine here, my achievement board, and it's got just pictures and things on it. And you can write it, do it, whatever you want. Maybe call it your inspiration board. And I think what it does is it gives you a start into identifying what you've achieved. And people, we dismiss things like, oh, well, for children, well, that's a huge achievement. Oh, we're teaching them homeschooling. That's a huge achievement. I see Gillian's on there. Gillian's a fabulous artist, and she inspires people to paint. And of course, people go, oh, I can't paint, I can't draw, I don't know what to do. But actually, we all can do things, and even the smallest thing is a huge achievement. I think everybody is finding a lot of negativity around. So what I want you to do, another wee exercise, but you want to make a list of your achievements. And from the smallest to the biggest, it doesn't matter. It's for your eyes only. You don't boast about it and start showing it about, look what I've done. New ideas during this difficult time, that's been a huge achievement for people. Have you been complimented for your work during this time? Have you identified a problem and found an innovative solution to it? Have you even decluttered? Have you reorganised maybe your desk, your room, or whatever? You might even have received an award during this time. So you should be able to talk about your achievements without sounding boastful. No one likes a boast. We don't like a show off. So it's better to be modest and speak with humility, but not overly modest, and not apologising for everything you've done. We tend to go, oh, I'm sorry, but, or I did this, but. Stop that. It's a balancing act. And when you have achieved something, how do you talk about it? Well, probably you don't talk about it because of past conditioning. You've maybe been told that, who do you think you are? You're not something special. Why should you be boasting about something? And of course, it's this word boasting. Well, it's not if it's said in the possible way. You should be proud of what you're doing. So if you're going to go through, say, a work performance review with a manager, it's important in the workplace to talk. Now, I think lots of people downplay their achievements, and what happens is they don't get promoted. They're just kind of bypassed. They don't even know that you've got any talents. So in fact, you might or will be passed over for promotion. So you need to start being able to talk about the talents you have and what you have achieved. And I think it was I was on doing a promotional thing with Rennie Carriall, a hugely big US chap. Well, he's in the US now, but he was asked when he was going to a job interview many years ago in the United States, could he explain his strengths? And there was a huge pause, and he thought, I don't know. He said, but I could tell them a lot of my faults. And it tends to be something that through the workplace we often get are all our faults. Nobody maybe highlights what you've done well. So stop this, and actually you can encourage yourself. So how do you talk about your talents and your achievements without feeling boastful? Well, avoid saying things like, oh, it was easy. I didn't really need to try very hard. That actually sounds arrogant. Focus on the hard work. So sort of say, well, I put a lot of hard work into this to achieve where I've got today. And avoid putting people down or comparing yourself to someone else. Like, oh, no one worked as hard as me. I put all of this in. And if you came first in a race, you can say, I won that race, but don't go on to say, and actually the person that was second was way behind me. So don't compare and don't belittle other people. Also acknowledge people who helped you. And that's like me acknowledging today. I love people watching and listening, and I hope they get some fun out of it, because we don't want anything to improve our mental health to be just all negative. We really need to beef ourselves up. So that's why sometimes, I've said again or before, laugh at yourself, So you can laugh with me today if you've got your tiaras on. Don't laugh at me. So if you've achieved your goals with the help of others, then work colleagues, family, friends, say something like, I achieved the team sales leader, but I couldn't have done it without my team. So, in my, when I've been writing my books, and I'm sure that the artists among us and the people who are writing, they give They always acknowledge who has helped them on their way. And in my books, I kind of acknowledge who has supported me. And of course, all of you are supporting me every time I decide to do something. So you also be thankful and grateful. I think that's another thing that's very important. Praise those who gave you the opportunity to achieve your goal. Thank people for their interest in what you're doing. And that's me today. Really, I can't thank you enough for the interest you show in me doing these live videos. They're quite daunting, but it's inspiring me because you're watching. So I'm inspired and it motivates me to do more. I can't say I will do a daily video for you for the rest of my life, but we'll maybe tone that down a bit. When we're maybe out of this particularly challenging time. So again, I've said before, don't apologise. Don't go, oh, I hate to say this, but that's just, that actually can come across as arrogant, because you're making people aware of what you're going to say, and this just puts people off. Always be sincere. Don't add disparaging or belittling words, So that would be like saying, oh, I'm a bit embarrassed to tell everybody, but I've won an award for. Just be direct. So before telling your others about your success, you need to own it. This is where I come to praising yourself. You need to own your success and congratulate yourself. You don't need to prove to other people your success and your achievements. And how do we do that? It's an affirmation. And all you need to say is, remember the 3 P's. Personal, positive, and present or past tense. So it's just simple, like, I am worthy. Congratulate me. So when you feel worthy, then you're able to talk about your achievements in a more kind of factual, less awkward way. And of course, it will come across as more matter of fact rather than being arrogant or boastful. Most of us, of course, want to make a positive impression, and we've got a need to feel valued sometimes because we feel undervalued. And of course, people will say, oh, actions speak louder than words. Now that's okay, but sometimes the actual message, the actual achievement that you've done gets lost in the process. And that's particularly in the workplace. And people can feel undervalued, and you need to highlight your own personal contributions, really to yourself. Remember, most people obviously don't like show-offs. So when you inflate your own ego, that just negatively affects relationships. People just turn off. It shows actually a lack of self-awareness. It's very important to be self-aware. And you end up, when you're not self-aware, you end up making poor choices in relationships and jobs and everything. And you make poor decisions. And of course, remember, I'm just thinking back to my son was one, and other people have said to me, oh, I don't like living here. I don't like the job I'm in. I don't like doing. Remember that if you go anywhere, new job, new place or anything, you're taking yourself with you. So you actually need to boost yourself up, praise yourself. Only you can change you. So because the praising increases your self-esteem and your confidence is increased as well. And of course, that leads you to take on new challenges and new opportunities. And that leads to more achievements. So why would you not want to do that? So talking about yourself in a matter-of-fact manner is, it can lead to promotion. You just state out the facts. It makes you more memorable in the workplace. They see your talents, and others also see you as maybe more competent. So it's good to shine at something. And you're showing the real you when you shine at something, because everybody has got something that they're good at. It can be the smallest thing, and it's just, we just tend to, I suppose, underplay all of these things. So if you don't talk about your achievements, you're actually hiding part of yourself. So when you praise yourself, you actually make a deeper connection with people and deeper connection in relationships. The problem is that most of us are not comfortable about speaking about our achievements, and we do it because we don't like arrogant, boastful people. And you can hear, oh, here he comes again. What's he going to be telling us he's done now? But in fact, It's the way you talk about it that's important. And here are some tips to practice self-praise. Just tell or share your story. People love stories, and actually it will help you also stick to the facts. If you stick to the facts, people will want to listen to the story. They'll want to listen to more of it, and then they can draw their own conclusions from the story you tell. So you could say, I think I've already mentioned this earlier there, but you could say, I did this, or I led my team, instead of the I am the best manager, I am good at this. It's not the I ams, it's this factual. So, and don't talk about old past achievements. If you constantly remind people of how you've won something, then that turns them off again. I mean, they already know that. So maybe if it's a new achievement, and no matter how small, we achieve something every day. I mean, I achieved last night making this tiara. Well, it was actually quite quickly this morning, I must admit, because what did I do? I forgot to get the tiara from my granddaughter. Anyway, another good thing is, if you're a wee bit awkward about you talking about your achievements, get a friend or a colleague to promote one. That's really what testimonials and recommendations are. They're so powerful because they're coming from other people, and that, you know, obviously you want them to be honest, and with your own ones you also want to be honest and be able to laugh at yourself. I think this in abundance. It partly came about when I was maybe at school. I was bullied and things, and even when I went to university, I kind of hid my light under a bushel, I suppose, having been brought up to don't you boast, don't you do this. And of course I became a bit of a class joker. And there's only once, I think, in my life I really turned round and was maybe a bit arrogant. But I met someone who'd been in my class, my law class, many years afterwards. And he kind of dismissed me and he said, "Oh, you were the class joker." And of course I thought, do you know what? I said, who was in the enjoying life? I took part in the university, other activities plus studying, whereas all he did was study. So of course I said to him, so who was the cleverer? We both got the same degree, but all you did was study. I actually enjoyed life as well. And it was, I mean, I got a bit of pleasure out of it actually, because he was a bit arrogant. But it's not really the thing to do. Although again, I have been arrogant on occasion over my books. I remember so proud of the first book I published. And I've mentioned this, I think, before in previous videos. But I remember telling somebody, you know, oh, I had my first book published. And one comment was, and who would read it? And I was kind of quickly taken aback. And then I thought, and I'm not usually quick-witted, you might think I'm quick-witted, but I'm not. I think afterwards about what I could have said. But out of my mouth that day went, because I wrote it. So, you know, but it isn't really the thing to do, but you're sometimes just pushed into that kind of situation. The other one is own up to your mistakes. If you have made a mistake, be courageous and, you know, admit when you make that mistake. There's nothing worse than somebody, even others, knowing you've made a mistake and you're waiting on it and you think, you know, because that's, again, it's all about self-awareness. Another thing is, don't ever bluff. Now, it was interesting because I was tasked when I lectured in law, very young class, and I was very young. I mean, they were sort of slightly older because they were construction workers. And I remember I walked in, I was very, very nervous, and I could feel the tension. I could feel every eye on me going, what would she know about our type of job, you know? And so I thought, right, I don't know a lot about their job. So somebody asked me something and I said, no, I don't know that. Oh, there you go. I said, no. I said, I'm not superhuman. I'm not superwoman. I don't have all this knowledge, but I know where to find it. And I know what we can do together as you're all construction workers. Why don't we all go out to one of your sites and find out what goes on there? So you get your audience kind of on site. And I think particularly in certain, if you're seen as an expert in something, whether it's art, whether it's law, whether it's accountancy, anything, you'll always have people wanting to heckle you and say, what do you know about that? So if you bluff, you will be found out. So you're better to say, it's something I don't know, but I'll certainly look into that. And of course, if you're in a teaching situation, you can make that an exercise. You can, it's something we can discuss in the next class. And then everybody gets enjoyment out of that. So before moving on to do my Mind Bites meditation, which I hope you're enjoying, I think today, as always, we should do our affirmation for our key workers. And that's just the simple one in our heads. Because I think this clapping every Thursday, yes, that's great. But now people are saying, oh, if your neighbour isn't out clapping, should we take them to task on this? For goodness sake, these people might be clapping inside their house. It doesn't really matter. But I think instead of clapping just on a Thursday, we should be thanking them every day. So it's just, we thank you. It's as simple as that. We thank you. You're sending out that positive message. Now, I must repeat again that there's a lot of talk about mental health, and they'll be needing all these key workers and people, everybody actually. There'll be many, many people coming out of this in desperate need of help. And I think that it shouldn't be, mental health should not just be an awareness a week or a month, it's every day. Now, my techniques do not replace professional services for those who need them. But having been through many challenges and traumas myself, it's why I developed them. So I have found that having my ABC techniques as a good habit to me has helped me through many a situation and has helped me remain strong. And they are, I can't stress enough, they are proven psychological techniques, and they are effective if practiced regularly. So to my Mind Bites meditation today, I thought we might do the candle flame, because the candle flame one helps you focus. It gives you confidence and strength to encourage and praise yourself, which is sort of a difficult thing to do. You'll need to encourage and praise yourself for everything you've achieved and continue to do so each and every day. And thank you again for watching. Absolutely fabulous. So if we just go into my Mind Bites meditation, we'll just take a moment with our feet on the ground, and I'm keeping my tiara on because it's making me feel good and it's giving me strength. And I want you to take the deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth. And take another deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Now I want you to imagine that you're looking at a candle flame. Take a slow deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and feel stress leaving your body. Now I want you to let your eyes follow the outer movement of the candle flame, the creamy yellow of the candle flame. Let your eyes then move inward from the creamy yellow to the centre of the flame, and let your eyes rest there. Focus on the centre of the flame. You feel relaxed. You feel calm. You see only the flame. If thoughts come into your mind, just let them float by. Focus on the flame again and say, there is only one flame. I feel calm. I feel relaxed. And then you can open your eyes and say your affirmation again. I am relaxed. I am strong. I am open to ideas that will come to me. And take a deep breath in through the nose again. Hold, and then out through your mouth. And you can repeat, I feel calm, I feel relaxed, and I am strong. I can focus and concentrate while remaining calm. And then just relax yourself, move your shoulders around, maybe stretch your arms and yawn, whatever makes you just come back into the present again. And once again, it's been fabulous doing this and having everybody watch. Thank you. There's Maggie's fabulous, David, Sarah Jane, all wonderful people. And I couldn't do this without you all being there. And I want to give a virtual hug to everybody and kisses. And thank you very much. And have a fabulous day. Tomorrow is going to be Super Friday. So don't know what I'll conjure up for that, but I'll be thinking all day about what I've achieved and if I can be super about it all and bring that to you tomorrow. Okay, have a good day. Bye.